talking heads, broadcast messages, press releases. They're telling you their side. You just want the facts. And that's why you come to me. I give you the statistics without spin.
Out of 116 million working age Nigerians, 35.5 million are employed full-time. That's 30%.
I give you the context.
I give you the history.
I fight fake news with facts.
Kayode. No, Kayode, I will let you talk. Kayode, I will let you talk if you let me talk. Kayode.
That's why more and more Lagosians are tuning in.
500,000 Lagosians.
720,000.
970,000.
Over 1 million Lagosians, they know that if you give me your afternoon, I will give you hard facts.
Well done, Sandra, on all you do, going beyond the headlines and focus on the facts.
I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
Hello, Lagos. Good afternoon. I am Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts. First hard fact of the day: PVC collection ends in 5 days. 5 days. Lagos, I beg, make time. Pick your PVC up. Not voting is voting. If you don't vote, whoever won, that's who you just voted for. So please, if you don't want who you don't like to win, make sure that on election day you are able to vote for who you do like, because every single vote counts, and your vote could be the difference, could be what decides who makes decisions that impacts your pocket, your pot of soup, your ability to buy anything and everything. Second hard fact of the day: 38 Nigerians have died in the current diphtheria outbreak. We've seen 128 cases in total. 100 of those cases are in Kano, but Lagos also has 5 cases. NCDC says that if you have any of the symptoms, you should isolate yourself. Notify the NCDC through their toll-free line. That's 6232. The symptoms can be fever, runny nose, sore throat, cough, red eyes, neck swelling, difficulty breathing. If you have these symptoms, isolate yourself immediately and call NCDC's toll-free line. Their toll-free line is 6232. Thank you for tuning into today's show, Lagos. I've got a great show for you. Let's talk about the fuel crisis still gripping us all over Nigeria, more importantly right here in Lagos. On Saturday, the Lagos State government retracted the order for filling stations near the highways to limit their operations. So that's something that happened. But how are you dealing with the fuel crisis? You don't see fuel buy. Let's talk about that. Then let's talk about the PDP seeking Tinubu's disqualification. Yesterday I told you the APC was seeking Atiku's disqualification. Today we have the PDP seeking Tinubu's disqualification. Okay. After that, let's talk about Shetima saying that the presidency isn't the Olympics. Chukudi will bring you Community You Report at 4 o'clock, and then at 5 o'clock on the Big Hard Fact, let's talk about the road to 2023. Road to February 2023. Lemon or not from Atiku Abubakar's campaign will join me. We'll talk about SPVs. We'll talk about G5. We'll talk about so much. Make sure you don't miss it. And after the news at 6, I will bring you the step down. Should your spouse be able to stop you from sending money to your parents? Should your spouse be able to stop you from sending money to your parents? We'll have that conversation at 6:15. As soon as the news is over at 6 o'clock, we'll come back and have that conversation. And then after step down, Dr. Avon will be here to answer your questions about health on Practical Tips with Dr. Avon. As usual, we'll have news updates at the top of the hour every hour. But let's get started with today's Big Three. Lagos, I'm Sandra Ezekwesili, and these are your hard facts.
This is Big Three.
The Big Three
on Hard Facts on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Is it easier for you to find fuel now than it was 2 days ago, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. If Keyamo had not pushed to prosecute Atiku, would the PDP be suing to disqualify Tinubu? Can the medical fitness of a president ever be seen as irrelevant? I understand that our 0700 number isn't working at the moment. However, we have the number for women, so we can borrow you that number today. Everybody call that number, men and women. So give us a call on 01465 7190. Now, the fuel crisis is still gripping Lagos. Like I said, state government imposed an opening and closing time on stations that are near the roads last week. I believe it was on the 19th. But by Saturday, we heard from Benga Motosho, saying, "Oh, we've seen your reactions. We've heard, so we're walking it back. We're not going to mandate that you operate within a limited time. We try to do this because of traffic congestion and all the other things that has resulted from people trying to buy fuel. But please, you have to be a bit more considerate when you're trying to buy fuel. You have to be a bit more considerate, especially if your filling station is on the road, because a lot of people who are piling up to buy fuel, who are lining up to buy fuel, they typically park on the roads, or they park in such a way that makes getting around the city inconvenient." So that's the response of the government. And we also have from the federal level word from Minister of State for Petroleum, Timmy Silva, saying to us that the fuel crisis might continue until June. And I have to wonder how this is able to happen a few days away from the election. Like today's what? Today's 24th. We are 30 day. Wait, hold on. Today's 24th. Election is on the 25th. I'm going to have to do the math in my head. But we're literally a few days away from elections. And that's when we're doing this. That's when Nigerians are having to deal with a fuel crisis, and we're being told that this fuel crisis might last until June in an election year. Few weeks to the election, to a general election where the incumbent party has a candidate running to be president. How far? You don't see fuel by 0700-993-993-993. And how do we fix the problem of fuel queues that are making traffic worse in Lagos? Now, part of the problem is that government didn't plan well, right? You allowed a lot of filling stations to set up on major roads too close to the express. And then, of course, you have a Lekki Ekpe, for instance, that has only one entry and one exit, pretty much. So you have that happening. And then you have traffic management agencies who probably need to step up but are not stepping up to their responsibilities, so what needs to happen so that those who are trying to buy fuel do not inconvenience the rest of the road users in Lagos, at least in particular? Do you have fuel? How is the fuel crisis affecting your business? If your business runs on generator, how is it affecting it? If you have to pay public transport, how's that affected by the fuel crisis? 01465 7190. Hello, thanks for calling us. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir?
I'm Sandra.
Sir?
Yeah, my name is Victor. Someone will be said that they make filling station where they sell near highway, make them open from 9 o'clock, close for 4 o'clock.
But they don't change them.
Is it that now those innocent people, for a lot of innocent people for Lekki Toke, they control?
Eh?
I see that blood of innocent people for that Lekki Toke, they control her.
Okay.
You don't know what to do again.
Okay. All right. We've got Gad in Ejigbo. Hi, Gad.
Hello, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to say something about the CVC collection, because it has been like a nightmare to me collecting my CVC.
Okay.
Actually, I did a transfer in 2018 and 19, and up to then, I'm yet to collect my PVC. anytime I go to the INEC office at Oshodi Solo, because that's where my local government is, they will say that my PVC is not found. It's not found. Even this period now that we are collecting voters card, it was the same thing. And yet, they didn't give me any form to fill. They just said I should just go and come back. And now that the PVC is ending in 5 days time, I don't know what to do. I've sent them an email. I've sent them messages on Twitter.
I suggest you keep going back. The only thing you can do is to keep going back. If they didn't give you a form to fill and they're telling you come back, I suggest you go back. And you go back and you go back until you pick up your PVC. Because you've heard...
Like you said, that going back, at times it's spent close to like 5 hours.
I know.
Before they will get across to you.
It's difficult.
But at least there should be a way out of this. Because several times you had the ANEC official, the one in Lagos, I've been trying to call it and ask him. Because it seems like it's a deliberate attempt for us not to vote, especially if your name is not from the southwest part of the country.
To be honest with you, I have heard several complaints of people who say their cards were not found, and then they went back and they asked somebody else to look for the cards, and then their card was eventually found. And I am a bit concerned that you say they didn't give you a form to fill, an incident form. So it tells me that whoever was working with you was simply being incompetent, too lazy to do their job. So I would suggest that you go back. If you can find the time, please find the time and go back and try and go and pick it up, okay?
Yeah, and then concerning the fuel thing, at times when I go to buy fuel at the normal price, I spend not less than 4 hours.
Wow.
4 to 5 hours before I can get fuel in my vehicle.
Wow.
It has really been, I don't know what to say, it's like a nightmare.
Wow.
Just a nightmare, because you find out that the few attendants, they prefer selling for people having jerry cans with them, because they will ask them to pay some amount of money. But we that have bringing our own cars to the filling station, it has been like a nightmare. Then if you don't want to stay in the vehicle for long, then you go and buy at 250, 280 in my area here. So I don't know. And there seems to be no solution. Nobody's talking to us. Nobody's saying anything. And yet, they feel like we own them the duty to vote them in again. So I think Nigeria needs to be wise.
All right. Thanks for calling us. We've got John. Oh, John isn't there anymore. John was calling us from Bodilon. 99.3. Hello. Sorry about that. Give us a call back if you can. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Auntie Sandra.
Good to have you on the show, sir. What's your name?
This is Michael calling you from Ibadan.
Michael, do you have fuel? How's the fuel situation in Ogun State?
If you want to buy so quick and fast, you go to places that they are selling at the rate of 290, 280 or thereabout. But if you want to buy it cheap, cut your day work as nothing for the day.
My gosh.
So, talking about PVC collection, I thank God the day I went to collect mine, it was so easy for me. Yeah. I didn't even spend up to 3 minutes and I got mine.
Wow, yay!
So, one local government here near my shop, I collected it so easy.
Okay. All
so, talking about this fuel matter, this our present government, they have failed Nigeria talking about fuel. So they should. I just pity the man that is running under that because I don't even know what he's going to be campaigning with.
All right. Thanks for calling us. We've got Tunde Max from Badagry who says, Sandra, the fuel crisis is something else. It's being sold for 290 naira or 300 naira, and we're buying it anyway. As for PDP and APC, it's a case of kettle calling pot black. Let them test themselves in the court. Nigerians will decide. Health really matters in the choosing of a president. Is the candidate physically, psychologically, emotionally, and even spiritually fit for the job? Only Nigerians will decide. All right, Tunde, thank you very much for your message. If you just tuned in, hello to you. How you doing? Here's hoping you're having a great day. For our first story, we talked about how far with the fuel crisis situation. You know, how's that going? Are you able to buy fuel? Do you currently have fuel? Now, for our second story, let me take you to the national stage where PDP wants Bola Tinubu disqualified over his cash for feature in America. Kola Olobondiyan is PDP's presidential campaign spokesperson, and he says the party has taken the matter to court. He said, quote, "Our campaign has proceeded to the court, demanding the court to declare Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the presidential candidate of the APC, having been convicted, as ineligible to contest the presidential election by virtue of Section 137, subsection 1D of the 1999 Constitution as amended," end quote. Now, in case you don't know about this case, there are U.S. court documents from 1993. Those documents state that the U.S. government seized $460,000 in accounts belonging to a Bola Tinubu. The government claimed that the money was linked to drug trafficking. This is what is called civil forfeiture, meaning it happened without a conviction. When the U.S. government seizes your money like that, you have a choice to let them take the money or step forward and say, "How dare you do that? That's my money. It's not from a crime. How dare you? Give me back my money." Now, if you step forward, the government will now start a trial. If you are not guilty, you get your money back. If you are guilty, you lose your money and you go to prison. Tinubu did not step forward. He did not dispute the matter. He let the US government take the money. Now, the PDP is calling this a conviction, but strictly under US law, it's not a conviction. So it's going to be interesting to see what Nigerian courts say. A lot of Nigerians are asking about the PDP's timing, because I reported on this Tinubu case last year, for example, if you remember. And when I reported at the time, PDP has mostly been silent about it. They only started talking about it seriously last week when Festus Keyamo moved against Atiku. Because remember, of course, that Keyamo is in court asking for Atiku to be prosecuted over the SPV affair. By the way, at 5 o'clock, I'll have someone from the PDP on the show to talk about this SPV affair. But anyways, back to this story. You have some Nigerians who feel that the PDP was willing to let Tinubu's own sleeping dog lie if the APC were willing to let Atiku's sleeping dog lie. But now, where one dog don't wake, them they wake the second dog. Do you agree with that view, with those who say that that's what's happening here? Does it even matter? By the way, Festus Keyamo said last year that this money was not drug money. He gave 3 very different explanations for this money. On the one hand, he said that the money was tax that Tinubu owed the government and which they later took. On the other hand, he said that the money belonged to Tinubu's relatives, but he took a responsibility for them. On the third hand, Keyamo said that it was actually Tinubu's neighbors who were involved in the drug matter, and Tinubu's name just accidentally entered the matter. But either way, Keyamo has acknowledged that yes, the US government took money from Tinubu. I'm saying that so that when you call me, we can be on the same page about what has or has not been proven. If the campaign spokesman of Tinubu agrees that Bola Tinubu, who is his principal, gave away money to the US government, I don't expect you to call me and tell me, oh, it was not Tinubu. You understand what I'm saying? I think, let's just move the conversation forward. If Keyamo hadn't taken Atiku to court, would the PDP be taking Tinubu to court? Do you think so? Do you think the PDP is mistaking a civil forfeiture for a criminal conviction? Women, call us on 014657190. Men, call us on that same number as well, 014657190. If you're abroad, call us via Skype. Skype is Nigeria Info FM. We've got Azu Frank from Indonesia on the line. Hi, Azu.
Hi, Sandra. How are you doing?
I'm very well.
AP, PDP, they are comedians. That's just all we can see here. It's obvious that. But for the first time, I don't know if I want to appreciate them. They want to do something that I want to stand serious. So what I'm begging them is, APC should please take the PDP to court. Okay. First of all this, dude, we know they're just entertaining themselves. You can see them trying to the PDP. Now let the judge answer their prayers. Do you understand me?
Okay.
So by the time we now cancel this one and this one, we will now see roads. They will not park one place with their noise, because all these things they are doing is just obvious noise. I hope for the first time in their life they will do something serious and see it through. Like, okay, Kola Logba and say he have taken this one. Keyamo say see it through, push it. Let us go down, like as in fire down, and let the judge, the court, just in between, just help us and just push. Probably that's how God wants to do it this time. They will not use their hand, keep themselves one place. They should just go and get out and keep themselves one place. Nice talking with you, Sandra.
Azu, thank you very much for calling. So Azu is foreseeing a future where these two people disqualify themselves from the presidential elections, and then we have a presidential election that has all the other third force candidates, even though you can't exactly call Peter Obi a third force candidate anymore. We've got Hamed, who says if it can be possible to just disqualify both APC and PDP candidates, because we can't just keep doing the same thing for like forever. I actually don't believe that Nigerian government can do anything for us anymore. PDP failed us, APC worsened it, so our support for LP is just to conclude if truly Nigerian government can work. All right, Hamed, thank you very much for your message on WhatsApp. This message here says, I registered for voters card in 2011. Since then, I've been trying to get my PVC, all to no avail. Last week, I went to Anthony Village where INEC was distributing PVC. I was directed to Ogudu Ojota INEC office. I was just living there now as I was told that my PVC could not be found. Joel with that message there. Oh, I was hoping that message will end with I've collected my PVC. I'm so sorry, Joel, from Anthony Village. I do hope that you are able to collect that PVC before they end in 5 days. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili. We'll take a break. When we come back, I'll take more of your thoughts on this situation between the PDP and the APC and their principals and the handlers of their principals taking each other to court. You're listening to the Big Three on Hard Facts. Don't go away.
More conversation, more talk, more right after this.
Papa, Mama, brothers, Alexander Liverpool are majestic. You can't coach against this.
City have to defend for 6 minutes. They do not want to attack this. Felon Mendy across into the penalty area, headed down by the Madrid players. Still Madrid hopping around City's penalty box. A chance could come for them. It's 1-1 on the night. It's 4-5 for Navigates. Here it comes. It's a 2-2. They are back.
Incredible. Well, one of the great nights as a radio football commentator, certainly. Was special. You could sense it. I literally could sense a potential comeback, and it wasn't surprising it happened, but how I was still able to articulate my words after that goal came in, something magical. So one of those great nights.
Thanks, Alexander Liverpool are majestic. You can't coach against this.
I'm a sucker for trends. If he wasn't a Liverpool player, I would wear a jersey with Trent at the back. That was special. It was a free kick from about 38, 40 yards against Chelsea, a team I somehow don't fancy. It was special, and I fell off the seat. It's a classic. I don't think any commentator has been able to do that.
On 99.3 Nigeria Info, every Sunday from 9 p.m.
The Actors Guild of Nigeria, the entire creatives and entertainment industry in Nigeria, invites everyone to her annual flagship Thanksgiving event, Celebrity Praise 11.0. Joe Praise, Casey, Monique, Buchi, Nosa, NK, BJ Sax, Big B, and surprise guest artists. Comedy by Kenny Black, Akpororo, Acapella, Ajebo, Funny Bones, Osh Bebe, Woliakba, Pencil Forever, featuring Alibaba and Mekarolas Ejezi, Toyin Abraham, Shegwan Rize, AY, Jimmy Jat, Mona Lisa Tinda, Desmond Elliott, Ireti Doyle, Kathy, Benga Adeyinka.
Special guest of honor, Her Excellency Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Sonwalu, Her Excellency Demi Manuela Bimbala Fashola.
Theme, None Shall Be Missing. Date, January 29th, 2023. Time, 4 p.m. Venue, the Civic Center, Ozumbambadiwe, Victoria Island. Convener, Paul Emmanuel, 0706 171 0617. Powered by Celebrity Praise and Your Naija Entertainment. Proudly supported by Cool Wazobia Info.
Get this joy with the new and exciting data plans from 9Mobile. Whatever your data needs, 9Mobile's got you. Affordable data just got more affordable. 200 MB for 100 Naira, 300 MB for 150 Naira, plus 300 bonus seconds to call all networks, and the list goes on. These and more amazing data offers just for you. Dial star 200 hash now to enjoy. 9Mobile.
Our country one better, Nigeria one better. Who go do one for us? Tinubu, Tinubu.
So people of Nigeria, they jolly for the better we want shele for we country. So as they ready to put Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as the next president of Nigeria, I him get the experience where he go fit use take make our country better. People of Nigeria, for this and many other better things when in don't bunkulize, it good make we all vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu for president of Nigeria. Kashim Shettima as vice president. Vote APC. You need
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
I'm Sandra Ezekwesili on the Big Three today. I've brought you an opportunity to talk about how you are dealing with the fuel crisis. Now, before the break, we talked about PDP wanting Bola Tinubu disqualified because of his cash for feature in America. What do you think about this situation? Do you think that if Keyamo had not taken Atiku to court, the PDP would be taking Tinubu to court? Is the PDP mistaking a civil forfeiture for a criminal conviction? 99.3, hello.
I greet you.
I greet
Sandra
you back.
Ezekwesili.
Welcome.
Yes. This is what Fela will call for fight. And when Keyamo was speaking the right day, I knew to come to this. At the end of the day, the whole thing is what Charlie Boy used to entertain us in the late 80s and early 90s, which we call Charlie Boy Show. And I believe Nigerians will be well entertained. Regarding the fuel crisis, I think the body language of the president, the Minister of State for Petroleum, the NNPC, does not inspire hope at all. The NNPC is telling us that there's fuel in the depot. The Minister of State is telling us it's going to linger to June. The Minister of Petroleum is not even talking at all. So we are in a limbo. And that is why I keep saying it is not for the oppressor to release the oppressed, those that are oppressing. It is for you, who is the oppressed, to set yourself free. And how can we set ourselves free in this malady we are in? It's just to get a PVC. I'm tired of people telling me we should get our PVC. PVC is the only way to protest. Why did we say it during the Ojota problem? You keep living in the past. For us to make a headway now, as it is now, the only form of protest, and for us to make a headway is to get a PVC. I'm not going to come to this platform to campaign for anybody. I will not put Sandra Ezekwesili in problem. Or put Nigerians for your problem.
Thank you.
If you are waiting for me to come out and tell you who to vote for, you wait till eternity. Use your tongue. You are an adult, you have a brain, you can think. Use your tongue to count your teeth. We have left the plantation, sugarcane plantation, many years ago, centuries ago. But some people want to kill us there. The only way we can get out of it is not to allow the worst of us to govern or to lead the best of us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling. Robert is in Apapa. Hi, Robert.
Afternoon, Madam Sandra.
Good afternoon, sir. Welcome.
You see, this Keyamo man of 18, I have a high respect for him.
Okay.
When he was still with Gani Fawemi, I was thinking that when Gani Fawemi died, he will take over as hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Human rights activist. But unfortunately, he joined politics. Since then, Keyamo change. You remember, Mr. and Madam Sandra, when Tinubu, this same Tinubu that is defending now, won Lagos State governorship in 1999. He sued, Ganipo may actually sued Tinubu for certificate forgery. And later, the Yoruba people, they begged Tinubu Gani to step down. But Keyamo said no. He continued. He said, so as a result, a panel was set. I mean, they said a city governor cannot be sued. So they set up a panel, that is the Lagos House of Assembly members, to see the certificate of Tinubu. And later, this same Keyamo said no, he pursued the case further, but he lost. My question to Keyamo is that, hello?
Yes, I'm here.
My question to Keyamo is that, you see, this man, I don't know, it doesn't mean if somebody is eating, he does not forget his past. Does it mean this same Tinubu that is fighting for now is using another certificate, or is the same certificate that is Tinubu for that the man is still using? The other day, Keyamo was in your studio. I wanted to call. I was calling. I want to ask Keyamo. Let him tell us. Has Tinubu changed the certificate from the one that he used in 1999? I am not happy with that man. Oh. He want to sue Atiku. I don't know. Can somebody be dabbling here because of... So, in fact, I don't just know what to say. The way that man... Thank you, Gary. Let me give others a chance to call.
Robert, thank you very much for calling. Kashim Shetima says some Nigerians are too fixated on Bola Tinubu's health. That's our final story. Shetima is, of course, Tinubu's running mate. And he said, quote, there's this mischievous fixation on Ashiwaju's health and age. We're not urging Nigerians to turn down critical assessment of their leaders, but we direct them to look at the larger picture. We're not preparing for the Olympics, but an institution that thrives on the superiority of ideas and established track records, end quote. So he seems to be saying, yes, it's fair to assess your leaders, but physical fitness and health and age are not what you should be assessing. Do you agree? Do you agree? I feel like that should be an I beg to differ debate topic. By the way, the Tournament of Champions returns in March. It starts March 6th. I'm excited. But do you agree? I want to be generous to Shetima. I want to interpret his words generously, right? So let's say that he's saying, yes, assess the health of the candidates, but do it within reason. The candidate doesn't need to be as fit as an athlete. He just needs to have a basic level of health and fitness. This is me being generous to Shetima. Let's say that that's what Shetima is saying. I can agree with that. So in that case, what is that basic level of health? What is the basic minimum level of health that you can expect from a candidate? Now, I don't want any speculation about the health of any of the candidates. I want us to stick to a general list of health attributes. What does healthy enough look like to you? For example, you can say, I need a candidate who can speak coherently because that's the only way they can articulate their vision for the country. You can say, I need a candidate who can work for 9 to 10 hours a day for months non-stop without needing to go abroad for medical rest. You can say, I need a candidate that will be open about their health status because you want to avoid what happened in the past where people lied to us about a president's health and they kept lying until the president died, even after the president died. So what are the limits? What does healthy enough look like to you? What are the basic health requirements you have for your next president or governor or legislator? Just one number, men and women, 01465 7190. Shetima says, some Nigerians are too fixated. I said, okay, let me be generous. Let us say, okay, You don't need to be an athlete. You don't need to be as fit as an athlete. You just have basic level of health and fitness. Okay, what is that basic level? What is your own personal list? I want you to think about it though before you call me. My personal list is this. WhatsApp is 080-959-75805. And yes, you can talk to me about our second story. The PDP is trying to have Tinubu disqualified by the courts. Same way the APC is trying to have Atiku disqualified by the courts. I'm also asking you how you're coping with the fuel scarcity. You get fuel for house, how you take the buy, where you they see they buy, how much you they buy. These are all the questions I'm asking on this afternoon's Big Three. 99.3, hello.
Sandra.
Thanks for calling. What's your name, sir?
It's Michael calling again.
Michael, you've called before now. Let's let other people call in. 99.3, hello.
Oh, man, I'll sue you people.
Please don't sue us. So.
No, like Festus, I'll sue you people. How can you ask me to hold on for almost 2 minutes?
We picked up now, but we picked up and you went.
Look, I'm going to sue you. I know your place now. Is it not in Tinia? I'll send my lawyer down
Don't sue, please.
Let me say I don't win 5,000 recharge card one day. Just keep me there till that credit bond. I have to borrow now. This 100 naira I borrow, let me just say my mind first.
Don't use that finish.
Hey, madam.
Good evening, good evening, sir.
Okay, yes, I've been afternoon.
All joy.
Look, for me, I want to talk about that Festus Keyamo taking what's his name?
Atiku Abubakar.
Atiku to court and now Ola, what's his name? Taking Tinubu to court. Look, now good drama. I like the drama.
Okay.
Let it continue.
Okay.
You see, for me, I really don't know where PDP, they all this why. Where they don't take Tinubu to court. Now, because Festus don't do them, they won't copy. Well, I wish them all the best. But thinking that like somebody they pray, thinking that somebody two of them go fall by the wayside, my guy, look, go and ask the U.S. court within that Tinubu case, they go tell you say the man who get anything bad for a record. Yes, that's true though. Make it go.
The 100 naira we borrow don't finish.
Let me say now 1 minute.
And you don't finish. Bye. We've got Uche on the line. Hi, Uche.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Turn the radio off.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
How are you?
Very well.
Yeah, I want to comment on this PDP and APC issue. Versus Keyamo taking APC, PDP to court. Atiku Abubakar to court. I like what he's doing.
Okay.
Yes, what is I don't understand. It is only in Nigeria that when people come out to contest election, they don't screen them. This is the first thing they are supposed to have done for all the candidates who are contesting. They screen them thoroughly. If you don't just come out, whoever you are, you want to contest election or say, okay, let him go. It's not done. Let them be screened. Those who have criminal record, let them be disqualified. Those who have health issues, let them be disqualified. It is only in Nigeria here that only politicians that does not go for medical screening. Every other person, even in your studio there, before you get that job, you must have gone for medical. Every company in Nigeria go for medical. But politicians don't want to go for medical. It's wrong. And before you know it, they are spending public money overseas for medical. So they must be screened. Those who have criminal records, they should screen them off. Medical issues, screen them off. They must be fit to do this job. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. We've got Kehinde on the show. Hi, Kehinde.
Hi, Sandra.
Good to have you on the show.
Thank you. I don't know why PDP is just coming to sue now or Festus Keyamo is coming to sue now. For me, I think PDP were just useless opposition. You see, they had a lot of things to sue, to take Tinubu to court for. Look at what this guy did on them. In fact, leave the drug issue. The drug issue, you cannot defend it. But there are other things that you can you can take to court to really sue Tinubu if you want to sue Tinubu. So they should just continue their drama. We are just watching their drama. It's just like play to me. But about the issue of whether you need an LD president, maybe we just saw this Cameroonian president now. We saw the Sudan president. I don't pray Tinubu is like that too. But I know that when it comes to serving your country, being the president of a country, health is important. We have the example of Yaradua. We have the example of Buhari. We cannot leave a country that is in dire need of help to go out and go and treat yourself for 200 days, just like our former present president did. So I think health is very important. If you want to serve the country as a president, it is very important. And I think they should find a way of putting it into the constitution so that your health, mental health, everything is checked before you say you want to come out for president. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you very much for calling, Kehinde. Let's take a look at messages we have on social media. Ola from Ijebode says, did you just say we should wait and see what the courts will do on the PDP and APC matter? I laugh in Indian language. The same court that just gave Akpabio God's will a senatorial ticket without a primary election. Okay. Bahome says, I parked at an empty filling station to run a small errand. That's how I noticed that they sold to one guy. I begged and they sold to me at 195 and they shut down again. Bahome, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. Nigerians do their own day, their body, because while you get fuel, they hoard them. We've got Kayode who says, it's a pity you're reporting a report that doesn't have... I don't think you use that word the right way, but you go on to say that this case doesn't have jurisdiction in Nigeria against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. There's no case against Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Take note, there have been series of journalists who have done more than you're doing against Bola Ahmed Tinubu, yet they failed. Same thing will happen to you last. Public debate can't stop Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He has already fulfilled the electoral law, and by the grace of God, he will win, and in future elections, he will win. Only God determines the health of individuals and not the public debate. Okay. Kayode says he doesn't care whether a presidential candidate is healthy or not. Again, I took the conversation to a wider scope away from the presidential candidate of the APC, but Kayode decided to let us know he doesn't care. We've got a message here from Ben Praise. Ben Praise says, Shatima is deceiving himself. Nigerian ladies reject a man who is 35 to 40 years old in marriage. So shouldn't we reject a man who is above 70 years as president? Okay. We've got Mankind from Ikoton who says, I'm enjoying the APC PDP drama. Atiku and Tinubu have decided to tell us more about their dirty pasts. Let the court tell us the implication of this drama as it relates to the Aso Rock job. All right. Thanks for your message. John Mark Innocent says, Sandra, thank you for explaining this issue succinctly and clearly. Keyamo has been confusing us to cite Tinubu on the issue in an attempt to destroy Atiku. Keyamo just put Tinubu for trouble. Okay. We've got this message from Osajensi in Ikorodu. Osajensi says, Fela's music captures Tinubu and Atiku this way. You be thief, and I be thief. You be rogue, and I be rogue. You be robber, and I be armed robber. Argument, argument, argument. Whether we like it or not, they're truly exposing their true colors to Nigerians. What is left is for us to vote wisely and avoid pitfalls. Osajensi with that message there. Okay, Osajensi. Adeshin Oyatoyimbo says, Tinubu's willing forfeiture of the money is a clear sign that the guy has got some kind of soiled hands. Let both Tinubu and Atiku be tried legally again this time, while I really look forward to seeing them convicted. It's going to be a blessing for Nigeria. Additional Ayatoimbo on WhatsApp with that message there. We've got Hamed Kuti from Oroshonki. He says Keyamo is speaking from both sides of his mouth. Both PDP and PDAPC should meet themselves in court. Let a judge decide. All right. We've got this message from Pastor Ken in Iba. He says it's fundamentally imperative for any individual aspiring to any office or position to be physically, mentally, and psychologically fit. Being stressful alone affects any given assignment. It will therefore be absurd for any person to think opposite that physical fitness is not necessary or required for success in any given endeavor. Being physically unfit affects our mental alertness or efficacy. Shalom. All right, Pastor Ken, thank you for your message. We'll take a final message here and then come back to the phone lines. This one is from Francis Irawo. Francis in Ajegule, sorry. Francis says, for me, it's a good development as far as fighting corruption is concerned. Let the two leading political parties go to court and change themselves so that we can know who to vote for in the coming general election. Whoever that is preaching against corruption should not be corrupt. He that is seeking for equity must come with clean hands. All right, Francis, thank you for your message. Let's come back now to the phone lines. We've got 3 stories. Which one do you want to talk about? We talked about Kashim Shettima saying that Nigerians are too fixated on Bola Tinubu's health. And I asked you, okay, let's say that Shettima is right. What are the limits? What are the basic health requirements that you have for the next president? For our second story, the PDP is taking Tinubu to court, trying to get the court to disqualify him because of that money, $460,000 that he forfeited to the U.S. government. It's a civil forfeiture. The PDP, however, is saying that it's a criminal conviction. Under U.S. law, he wasn't convicted, but I wonder what Nigerian courts will say. And I'm also asking you, if Keyamo had not pushed to prosecute Atiku, would the PDP be suing to disqualify Tinubu right now? And then for our first story, you get fuel where you see buy, how much you buy them. 99.3. Hello.
Hello, Sandra.
Thank you for calling. What's your name, sir?
Good evening. My name is Ayo from Ijaniki.
Welcome, Ayo.
I'm happy that it's and PDP. I think when they get to the court will ask for the prayer of the two parties and their different courts. The court, so that what happens during Agbala Jobi and Sarumi in Lagos that led to the emergence of the $10 will happen again this time. I see now, after the court was answered the prayer of these two parties, God Almighty will now answer the prayer of the third candidate. And for
unfortunately, your your network is not very clear. Give us a call back if you can. 99.3. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for calling.
Yeah, Sandra. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. What's your name, ma'am?
Yeah, this is Keyamo calling.
Welcome, Chinenwa.
Yeah. So what is happening to the APC and PDP? I call it. Let me use BB gram like a command. a political jingoism and that's what is happening there.
Okay.
And this noise this Jesus Keyamo is making, I don't think anything is coming. Nothing will come out of. God mark my word. Nothing will come out of it.
Okay.
When they give them the form, they know all those things, and they do not. They still give them the presidential ticket. Nothing will come out of it. So what I'm even focusing on now is all these voters card that is in INEC prison. Where they release people's voters card that they in prison. Don't know whether they in prison those cards for 4 years. Then they release those cards. Let people come out and vote.
All right, Chide. Thank you for calling. Chide is in the INEC prison. Shade is in Ikeja. Hi, Shade.
Hey, Sandra, how you doing?
I'm good. Shade with the PVC. Hey.
That's right. Can't wait to use it.
Welcome.
Yes. So let me just say a quick word on before I go to PDP, APC. I call it self-implosion. You know what I'm saying? They about to cancel each other, and then let whoever the third, fourth, step up. Let them be playing all these games that starting for both of them, and then let the rest of the people step up to take advantage. But you say we feel, I have fuel. I say from leader place where I buy fuel.
Please go away. If you're not going to share, if you're not going to share information, just be going.
But I give you location. I said mobile, and it's at 185. You know what I'm saying? Yes.
When,
and I think
which mobile? Which mobile? Shade, please be going. Please be going. Oh my goodness. Sunny from Igamu says, ask Kayode if he has a company and is planning to interview, will he employ an unhealthy person or a healthy person? Well, is it not discriminatory to not employ someone simply because they're not healthy enough? Again, it depends on the job. If it's a job that requires, you know what, let me just step away from this. We've got, look, see, that's the thing. I can debate anything, you know. That's why I love I Beg to Differ so much. We've got messages on Twitter. We've got Dr. Jeff60 on Twitter who says, hold on, where's that message? Oh, it's disappeared. We all know the amount Nigeria wasted with the regular medical travels of President Buhari. Now we want to hand over the country to another sick man, Nigeria. Who did this to you? We've got Muritala Jamio Adeboyega who says he knows this and he's not telling his principal about it, even though he claims that he's fit enough to. Okay, that's a message about the Shetima story. We'll take a break. When we come back, if we have time, we'll take more of your thoughts from social media. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili.
Stay one step ahead with the latest news and trending conversation here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Don't tell people you've added weight. Why are you losing weight?
Yeah.
Eating. No, it's not your business.
That money pass is good. That finally.
You should be patient and pray to God that God is going to answer her prayer.
Please, this is not all about prayer. It's not like everything is not prayer. That is Nigerian mentality. If you're not finding happiness in your home, you pray.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
Liverpool are majestic. You can't coach against this.
City have to defend for 6 minutes. They do not want to attack this. Felon Mendy across into the penalty area, headed down by the Madrid players. Still Madrid hopping around City's penalty box. A chance could come for them. It's 1-1 on the night. It's 4-5 for Nabigate. There it comes. It's a 2-2. They are back.
Incredible. Well, one of the great nights as a radio football commentator, certainly. Was special. You could sense it. I literally could sense a potential comeback, and it wasn't surprising it happened. But you know how I was still able to articulate my words after that goal came in, something magical. So one of those great nights.
Thanks, Alexander Liverpool are majestic. You can't coach against this.
I'm a soccer for Trent. You know, if he wasn't a Liverpool player, I would wear a jersey with Trent at the back. That was special. It was a free kick from about 38, 40 yards against Chelsea, a team I somehow don't fancy. It was special, and I fell off the seat. It's a classic. I don't think any commentator has been able to do that.
There's a new way to move around Lagos, from Lekki to Oshodi, from anywhere to everywhere. The Anaya app. With Anaya, you can book your nearest ride with just a click on your phone. Schedule a pickup for any time, anywhere. Track your driver on our live interactive map, or even share a ride pool to save on travel costs. Try Anaya, and you won't go back to your old ways of moving around in Lagos. Get your first ride for free using the promo code FIRSTRIDE. Download your free Anaya app today from Google Play Store or Apple Store, or visit anaya.com. Anaya is spelled A-N-A-Y-E-R. Anaya, the power to move.
Get this joy with the new and exciting data plans from 9Mobile. Whatever your data needs, 9Mobile's got you. Affordable data just got more affordable. 200 MB for 100 Naira, 300 MB for 150 Naira, plus 300 bonus seconds to call all networks, and the list goes on. These and more amazing data offers just for you. Dial *200# now to enjoy. 9Mobile.
Papa, mama, brother, sister, this Lagos must work for all of us.
Until of it, where you dey go?
Now, of course, so the same we bring with PVC and Summer's gifts.
You just dey live for Lagos, you no sabi anything.
What do you mean? No be see dem wan see am, dem no go collect am now.
So PVC don turn mirror wey person dey use check face.
Sure, na true. These people wan use style collect our tomorrow for we hand o.
No more JJC for inside Obodo Lagos again o. My Male and Pale don hide their own inside our cupboard, and na day of election e go show face.
Make me too go hide my own. Na the day of election e go come out.
Until of it, fight for Lagos o.
Caro, fight for your own right too. Make everybody keep their PVC wella. Make una no give the photocopy to anybody. We no kukuma know where they take the photo go. Pasala no go pause for our head o. We no go enter gbege.
Everybody down fun Eko.
Abdelaziz Olajide Adediran, Jandor, PDP governorship candidate. The summer on this informate.
PDP, power to the people.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
Okay, we have barely a minute left, so I'm going to use that time to read messages from social media. I've got somebody here who likes Sade and wants to get Sade's contact. Sade, if you're looking for man, I have man for you. I can't vouch for the character of the man, but I have man for you. So reach out to me, and the man used America number to message me. So it's America husband if you're not married and if you're looking for man. And then if people do wedding, please invite me as the godmother of the day, because it's on my show that I put connected. Thank you. We've got a message here from someone who just bought fuel for 300 naira per liter in Ajangbadi. Wow. We've got a message from Rashid, who is at a hotel. Rashid says that he has his PVC. He's ready to use it wisely. As for fuel, I bought from NNPC along Awolowo Road for 184. And for the health of our politicians, they'll never tell us the truth about their health status because we don't have a working system that'll expose them, no matter how logical it is. Okay, all right. Thank you for your message. Let's bring you the business news. After the business news, it will be time for Community You Report. I'm Sandra Ezekwesili.
It's 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.